Greetings one and all to all you fuckers out there coming in, clicking on this particular link here, watching this particular top 10 list. Now, you all know, it's that time of the year once again where I go over my top 10 year-in analysis summary, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm not talking about a fucking ranking of all the animated films of that specific year, or horror films, or romance, or coming of age, or pornography. I'm not talking about that bullshit. I'm talking about gathering up all the films I managed to see within the year and managed to properly and organizedly in the most professional, humorous way I'm able to do it in my own Mr. Garrison fashion, and that is gather up my top 10 best and worst films of the year. Now, obviously, I haven't been posting on many reviews talking about films that I've seen within this particular year. You know why? Because I'm staying true to what I'm doing, and that is talking about the past. But just because I'm staying true to the past doesn't mean every once in a while I'm going to talk about something present. The best and worst shit, yeah, that is definitely going to be on the page because it's not only fun, but it's nice to give folks a little idea who haven't really seen a review of that particular user, nice little concept that they did see the film and they were able to properly make a list. So, according to what you see here, I'm going to go over the bad shit first. Why? Just to get out of my system and just to, well, let everybody enjoy this and all that other nonsense. Now, I'm going to tell you all right now, I have not seen a lot of shit films. Why? Because I just haven't. I don't want to, and I haven't wasted my time. But I managed to see quite a bit of shitty films to make a nice little worst list. So if I'm missing some of the worst films or some shit that is not going to be on this list, oh well, I don't fucking care. So here is the list for my top 10 shit flicks of 2019. I'm going to start off by saying I do not have any dishonorable mentions. I really don't. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. So, which makes it a little bit easier to start this off. So, let's go ahead and get right down to the number 10. Alright, coming in at number 10 is a movie that was based off a film with Melissa McCarthy coming back. She gets thrown into prison. We see a bunch of women trying to save themselves from the mob and all the other nonsense. And from there, shit just hits the fan. Whole action-packed and all that other dude-on nonsense. My number 10 is The Kitchen. Melissa McCarthy is a person that I've not really been a fan of in terms of film. She's played in some of the shittiest films that I've seen within this present decade. She's played in some decent stuff, don't get me wrong, but the majority of the shit that I've seen her do is some complete, utter garbage. Life of the Party, Tammy, The Boss, The Happy Time Murders, just to say some examples. But this one here, is this the worst film that she's done? No. But this is definitely one of them you could say that was just a complete rip-off of some of the most notorious gangster films that was just making a complete fool and mockery to them, like Goodfellas, name a prime example. That's what it was doing. And it was just a complete clusterfuck of making fun of what the true symbol of what gangster films would be. So, number 10 is The Kitchen. Okay, coming in at number 9, now Keanu Reeves, the thing is with his movies is that he's been on and off in terms of what's been going on. Now, this film alone, this was the first thing I saw this whole entire year, and holy shit balls, this film was nothing more but a complete disaster, illogical train wreck, because the thing is, the whole story alone, he loses his family in a car accident. He has to use cutting-edge technology to clone them, bring them back to life. So you want to talk about desperate times, go for desperate measures just to bring the family back with no logic being added. Number 9 for me is Replicas. The movie itself is a complete mess. The word logic is getting thrown out the window. Now, the thing is, in terms of logic, is that in whatever movie that you watch, logic has to be thrown in there. Logic is one of the biggest things that you need to help make your movie progress. Now it doesn't need to have the reason, it has to have your explanation, it needs to have that natural understanding ability. Logic is everything. And this film takes that word and throws it right out the fucking window. So, number 9 is Replicas. Okay, coming in at number 8, this particular gentleman alone, we all know who he is. Fuck you. Okay. This film alone was another complete clusterfuck. I'm going to be saying that a lot because all these films are clusterfucks. This film about a woman who has an abusive husband, wants to get rid of him in the most quote-unquote creative way, gets legitimately thrown out to the sharks. And from there, it was just completely and utterly weird. So number 8 is Serenity. That's all I can really say about it. The film itself, again, clusterfuck, weird, illogical, and it's just nothing more but a complete bore fest and plot holes galore. So, straightforward to the point. Let's get on to the next number. Okay, number 7. Now, almost anybody I've seen out there, they've had this particular film as their number 1 worst film of the year. I can actually see that for a lot of you folks out there who has this as their number 1, because the film itself is nothing more but a complete insult. It's a complete waste. And it's a slap in the face to Sharon Tate alone, because the thing is, the whole film was a complete mockery. A lot of the things that were happening were completely false. And it was just nothing more but a complete disaster, and it was just embarrassing, and it really stabs the heart of what transpires. That is none other than The Haunting of Sharon Tate. Now, Hilary Duff playing as her. Now, once upon a time in Hollywood, Margot Robbie was Sharon Tate in the film. She was spot on in terms of reenactment, look, appeal, and in terms of actual mannerisms playing that role. Margot Robbie was absolutely terrific as Sharon Tate once upon a time in Hollywood. But talking about this particular one alone, this was just nothing more but a complete stab in the heart, a complete piss on to Sharon Tate, and I feel so goddamn sorry. So I can't make a joke about it because this film is pathetic. So let's just move on to number 6. Okay, coming in at number 6 is a movie that holy fuck, man. If there's one actress I absolutely hate so goddamn much in the world of Hollywood, that is none other than the Rebel fucking Wilson. I am not a fan of her whatsoever. She is literally one of the worst actors. She's, to me, the worst actress working today. I fucking hate her in film so much. And this one alone was just a complete train wreck. You're telling me that, okay, Anna Kendrick, her filmography has just been nothing more but a complete piss-on, absolute diarrhea shit Sunday. So, what do you get when you take someone who's rich and famous, you meet someone who's trying to get out there, get laid, and all that other nonsense? You get the fucking hustle. Oh, man, this film was nothing more but it was a slap in the face to men. It was a slap in the face to women, too. This film was just nothing more but offensive. It's offensive to both men and women. It's just nothing more but a complete mockery to both sexes. That's all I'm going to say. Let's get to number 5. Okay, coming in at number 5. You want to talk about absolute bullshit, boring nonsense of a romance film gone wrong. You want to talk about where you get illogical, or where you get one teenager. Okay, here's your fucking movie. They Now, they randomly meet, they fall in love, they have a fight, they have sex, they break up. And rinse and repeat cycle. That's what happens in this whole fucking movie. Is nothing more but a cleaner PG version of 50 Shades of Grey. Number 5 is After. Oh my god, dude. This movie was just complete and utter bullshit. It was a rinse and repeat cycle of a film that we already saw, but in a much more cleaner version. Then you got the one bitch. She's out there complaining about, he hurt my feelings. He took my virginity. I just realized that I also hurt his feelings. But the thing is, he did it the same to me in return. Oh, you should feel sorry for me. Then you got the guy who was saying, well, you were definitely one cheating bitch. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat on you as well. Oh, you hurt me as well? You should feel sorry for me as well. Thing is, both these two fucking idiots, they forcefully try and make you feel sorry for them. That's not how it works. They're both at fault for fucking each other badly in the ass. Raw, with no lubrication, no lotion. The dude, you want to know what's happening to him? He's getting a man pond. You want to know what a man pond is? Look it up on Google. The woman, she's getting her ass is fucking just you just pull that son of a bitch apart, and it's gaping to where you can stick your whole head in there. Not just your fist, but your whole head. Both their asses are fucking bad. One's got man porn, the other one's got a gape. After is number 5. Let's get to number 4. Alright, number 4. I recently saw this one. Now, obviously, I was not planning on seeing this because I plan on not wasting my time with shitty films. But somebody I know kept bugging me to see it, so I saw it anyway just to shut him up. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, fat fuck. So I saw it, and yeah, it had to be on the worst list because it had to. It rightfully needed to be on there. So this motherfucker is nothing more but a bootlegged slap in the face to her. But instead, this motherfucker, Adam Levine, or whatever the fuck is Adam Devine, or whatever the hell the cocksucker's name is. He's got such a punchable face. I'm looking at this guy. He is nothing more but a dorky, geeky son of a bitch who's sitting there playing on his phone. This is what the motherfucker was throughout the whole entire movie. He was like this. I texted my Tinder date. I gotta meet my Tinder date. Oh, hello. Oh, hi, Tinder date. Hold on a sec. I gotta swipe, make sure you're the right one. Motherfucker was nothing more but a goddamn man-child retard. Sitting there playing on his phone, sucking his thumb like, huh? What's that? Oh, no, mind. Oh, my house so far. Oh, I gotta check on Google. This movie is nothing more but it's mean-spirited. Its dialogue is nothing more but offensive that pisses you off completely. The decisions and things that happen in this film is just nothing more but bullshit. For anybody who thinks that the behavior in this film was okay, then it tells me that you're one of those fucking idiots who like to sit there on their phone all day and not pay attention to the reality. It's all on your phone right there, going on Facebook, swiping your dates on Tinder, swiping your dates on fucking Plenty of Fish, talking to that catfish prostitute cunt face on your OK Cupid, looking at the next Pornhub, I'm gonna see two she-males 69ing each other on X videos, Pornhub, AshleyMadison.com, wherever. Apparently, your phone's more important. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Okay, number 3. You want to talk about, okay, you remember that, okay, you folks remember that movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Hold on, I got shit on my glasses here. I got to clean this off real quick. God damn it, I'm so mad that I'm spitting all over my glasses, making a mess, getting these stupid spots on there and all that nonsense. I'm going to put my glasses over here before I ruin them. Okay, so, more on Matthew McConaughey. This is a dead giveaway. But anyways, you folks remember that movie, Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Sean Penn playing as Spicoli. One of my all-time favorite characters from the 1980s, and one of the funniest ones. This motherfucker is like a retarded version of Spicoli, but way different. So, this motherfucker is nothing more but a fun-loving, pot-smoking, beer-drinking, stupid pile of shit who loves to live his life to the full edge and write books and all that nonsense. So like, yeah, well, dude, check out this poem here, but I'm so fucking high right now. I don't even know what the hell it's about. I'm sure it's about a biopic on me checking into rehab soon. I don't fucking know. Logic is just completely broken. Dialogue that is complete messy. And it sounds like, and it's just nothing more but a complete mean-spirited clusterfuck of bullshit. That's all The Beach Bum is. So, the film itself, it's a mess. A lot of things are happening throughout this film that just pisses you off to no end with what transpires. And it's just retarded. That's all I can really tell you. It's just a retarded ass movie that just pisses you off to no end. Now, before I get to my number 2 and number 1 now, one more thing I can say about The Beach Bum is that this movie is an insult to one man's stability. As for my personal top 2, this was an insult to my intelligence and pissed me off to no fucking end. So, let's get right down to the nitty gritty. Let's get to number 2. Okay, number 2. My number 2 and number 1 are going to be horror films. That's going to be the dead giveaway right there. But for number 2, a lot of people said, oh, I like this movie. This movie was good. I thought it was nice. Well, that's very nice you like this next one. I'm very satisfied that you found enjoyment out of it. I sure as hell fucking did it. I said it earlier. If logic is broken intentionally through your movie on purpose, if logic is broken in your movie on purpose and intentionally just to try and make your film go forward, then your film is fucked. Logic is one of the biggest things you need to make your movie work. Not only understanding, but help make the story progress, but make everything that transpires that you are wondering and curious about what's going to happen, not only happen during the film as it progresses, but what's happening now with the explanations. It helps make your movie not only understanding better to you viewing it, but help your movie stand out alone. This is the movie where when the first 15 or 20 minutes were start, after when the Warrens left, once the stupid babysitting cunt-faced bitch appeared, and she deliberately went through the warning stuff after she was clearly warned not to do it, and she was self-aware that she was not supposed to go on her stuff, but she did it anyway. Again, logic being broke. All the shit that happens throughout the movie, where you have to try and legitimately, purposely have to feel sorry for them, she brought all the paranormal shit on herself. Why? Because her and everyone else in that film were messing around with everything. My number 2 is a complete bullshit film called Annabelle Comes Home. This film was nothing more but a piece of fucking shit. This film was a complete slap in the face. This film, once it broke the logic, the movie was an absolute disaster. I felt zero sympathy for all the characters in this film. Absolute zero sympathy at all. Also, the ghosts, in terms of what they looked like with the paranormal, that was a complete lackluster bullshit with how they looked. All the spooks and scares, they were predictable. Complete messy. Didn't give me one simple scare. Why? Because all the scares that happen in this film, they were deliberately happened. All the paranormal was done because that little fucking cunt-faced bitch who was messing with everything and being a nosy little cunt going through the Warrens' personal files. Also, a lot of nonsensical bullshit was in this film where you bring two pizza guys, one store clerk and his buddy along that served zero purpose to the film. It was absolute irrelevance. This film fucking sucked. Number one, I was not looking forward to this to the get-go. Let me tell you something right now, folks. I'm going to say this with full force. This movie is not relevant to the Conjuring franchise. There should be no reason why this movie should be in the Conjuring franchise. It has no relevance, it has no purpose, and it has no meaning or special ability to be a part of the Conjuring franchise at all. There's a difference between what's been written down as fact with given evidence, and there's a difference with folklore tale. This film is supposed to be surrounding a folklore. This has no relevance to the story of the Warrens. It has no relevance to Annabelle. It has no relevance to the events that was given within the paranormal claims that the Warrens investigated leading up to the story of Valak the Nun, which was backstory from The Conjuring 2, or any relevance, even though the movie's not in development yet, but still, no relevance to the Crooked, no relevance at all to the Conjuring franchise. My number one worst film of 2019 is The Curse of La Llorona. This film has zero relevance. This film was just a complete bullshit. For those who say, oh, it has part of the Conjuring. The reason why this quote-unquote film is part of the Conjuring franchise, all it was just an Easter egg to Annabelle and the priest. It was just a fucking Easter egg. But getting to the point of this film was just nothing more but a slap in the face, an insult to my intelligence, a complete embarrassment to a folklore tale. I felt zero sympathy to all these characters in this film. The bride herself, La Llorona alone, she looked nothing more but a complete bootleg version of Valak. This film was just a complete bullshit. It was just nothing more but predictable scares. A story that went legitimately nowhere, leading to zero relevance to what the legitimate story of La Llorona was all about. This film was nothing more but a complete clusterfuck with so many plot holes, so much bullshit that just went all over the place. This film was just a complete insult to my intelligence, to everything, to what I've studied about in terms of the folklore tale, to everything that I love about the Conjuring, to everything I love about the Conjuring story, what the Warrens investigated, to an insult alone. The folklore tale. Have you folks legitimately read the story of La Llorona? If not, read it. You'll get a complete, full idea of what the legit folklore tale is about. This film doesn't do any justice at all to about the folklore tale. What a complete fucking embarrassment this film is. Not only an insult to the story, an insult to my intelligence, and an insult to the horror genre. A complete, absolute disgrace and mockery to everything that transpires in horror. The Conjuring. I'm gonna sidetrack real quick. The Conjuring, making that a horror element to take something that was out there, like actual documentation, and taking that and taking a director like James Wan to make his own vision of what could have went down, his own imagination to the story alone, with Ed and Lorraine Warren investigating that family's home. That was just absolutely beautiful. Staying true to the story and staying true to the iconic legends. Modern day horror like that, and specifically paranormal, was just masterful. This film was the complete opposite. So with that being said, folks, that is my shit flicks of 2019, my worst of the year. Let me know down below, what is your worst films of 2019. With that being said, stay tuned for the best list. Ciao for now.